back to Six Flags Magic Mountain on another windy SoCal day. Got some action going on at the water park here. They're still working on these like sets of stairs that lead up to the top of this tower. Now they're completely gone. Not too many people up here in the front entrance, and that's because the park has been open for a few hours. I'm arriving around 1 o'clock. So I suspected everyone was already going to be inside. And for those wondering about X2, it's still closed at the time of making this video. I'll check back next week when I do my usual update here. I think the attraction is going to be closed for quite some time because of the extensive work on the lift hill, but like I always say, I'll keep you guys updated. And before we jump into the park, hello everyone, my name is Dylan, and thank you so much for tuning back in to another Theme Park Obsession video. Today's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to check up on all the construction progress this week and a few other things around the park. So how about you and I dive right in? Like I pointed out in last week's video, they've completely taken out the Full Throttle stage, and I'm wondering if they're going to replace it with something new, or if it has to do with something that's happening in this general area for whatever they're building for the future. And if you've noticed, they have even cut down some of these trees over here, unless I maybe have never noticed it before, but it does not look as lush in this area. So I'm wondering, oh, look at that, great shot of Full Throttle. So yeah, I'm wondering if there is a bigger picture here. And I'm not seeing anything on the ground as far as markers or anything like that. Just some leftover paint from when they deck out the stage and everything. But this is very interesting over here. This could be some early work for Scream Break coming up here in the next few weeks. Oh yeah, and here's another one over here. Ooh, we have some more fixtures hidden underneath the old log jammer station. Alrighty, now the main event, the massive construction project right here in the middle of the park. Now already this week I'm noticing some differences, especially up at the top of the hill there. We have some equipment at the very tippity top, and it looks like they're taking down some trees. And it looks like, just from this angle, that's the only spot where they have some heavy equipment. I don't see anything over here besides obviously this piece of equipment right here. But when it comes to like all the trees, yeah, there's nothing in this spot either. And like I was saying in last week's video, none of the trees are marked except for like a couple. So I'm wondering how many of them they're actually going to take down versus try to save for whatever they're building behind me. And since the work is starting to move up and over the hill, I'm going to start narrowing down what I think this is. I don't think this is a flat ride, and I don't think this is an expansion to Bugs Bunny World. I think this is another roller coaster. Now, as far as what kind of coaster, I'm not sure, but I can say that this is probably going to be a terrain coaster, like what we're seeing over at Universal Studios Hollywood, just because of its location. This hill right here is pretty big, and remember, the project goes all the way over there and over this hill, so I'm thinking it's gonna be some sort of terrain coaster. But as far as anything else, I'm honestly not sure. I really don't know, but that's what honestly makes this really fun, because I love things, mysterious things. I love mysterious projects, and as they start putting it up, then we can put together the puzzle pieces. But for right now, it's really fun to speculate, because again, I just don't know what the heck kind of roller coaster this could be. And I hope it's something custom that kind of hugs the terrain really beautifully, that interacts with Superman and maybe even Ninja, because in a moment I'm going to talk about that side of the park. I'm moving a little closer towards this way, and I'm not really seeing too much on this side of the hill. It seems like all the action's happening over here. Not seeing any more markers here on the ground or in the bushes, so it's looking like where they put the fence is pretty much the border of how big this project is. They're not going to be working beyond this point, at least for right now. Maybe further down the line they will, but for right now, at least all the heavy stuff, it's going to be on the other side of the fence. And I've been looking, and I don't see any other markers on the trees. So again, that just kind of, it's weird, because I don't know if they're going to be taking a lot of this stuff down or if they're going to save it. Now, if it's a roller coaster, and if it's something that goes all the way over here, I would think they would have to take these down. Okay, wait, hold the phone, everybody. I'm noticing something different now. I've pointed this out in my channel before. There used to be a monorail beam right here, because back in the day they did have a monorail that went around the entire park. Some of you might actually remember that attraction, but the beam was right here. It was leftovers that they just never took down, but it's gone. So that means that crews have been up here. They've been moving stuff around, and they've clearly taken out that steel. Now I've made my way over to the Buccaneer and the swing attraction, and they got some major land clearing beyond the swings over here that I've noticed. So again, whatever this is, which again, I'm thinking it's a roller coaster, it's a lot bigger than we're anticipating, because if they're going all the way over here to these two flat rides, I mean, that's a huge space from Full Throttle all the way over here. That's pretty massive. And then moving towards Superman, because we're right underneath Superman here, you can see that they've cleared out even more over here on the hill as well. So again, it's not just the Golden Bear Theater area, it's the entire hillside leading up to Superman. And look, you can see right there, they have some leftover monorail beam. So I'm wondering here in the next few weeks if they're gonna take this out as well. If they take this out, then that's gonna give us a good context clue as to where this ride might be going, because they've taken out the rest of it. Because remember, the beam went all the way over to the other side where I was just talking about, and that's all gone now. Made my way to the other side of Superman towards Crazanity, and I've noticed this before in previous videos, but you can clearly see that they have been slowly but surely chipping away at the tree line, because look at this big gap right here. There's obviously some, you know, some gaps in this area, and you could even see through Superman. We used to not be able to see through Superman. It used to be pretty lush in this area, but now we're getting these little pockets here and there, which only, again, tells me that this is a pretty big addition to the park if they're going this far with it. Now, if this is a coaster and they go all the way over here with it, talk about an incredible addition to the park. If it's gonna be this big, if it goes from this area all the way over here, we haven't seen something like this in a very, very long time. Okay, I've made it over to Gold Rusher because this is a good attraction to ride to see what's going on the side of the hill. I'm not gonna be able to film on the attraction, so I will just tell you what I see when I get off. And on top of that, I haven't been on Gold Rusher in a long time, so this is gonna be fun. Just finished up with Gold Rusher. We didn't really see anything significant. Again, just some of the land clearing happening on the other side of the hill. And we've made our way back over towards this area, and it's still looking like this might be the end of the project. I don't know if it's gonna go this way just because the monorail beam is still up and they haven't done any, you know, clearing of the landscape. So it's looking like maybe it's just gonna be on this side, which is still pretty significant. And yeah, I'm still thinking just because they haven't tagged all these trees, they're probably all gonna go, unfortunately. If it is a roller coaster that stretches all the way over here, they have to take all this stuff out because they have to work on the side of the hill. They have to terraform the hill in order to, you know, support the concrete and all the rebar that is gonna be used to then support the coaster itself if it is a coaster. So it's a little bit of a bummer if they have to take all the trees out, but I'm hoping that maybe they'll plant some new ones and maybe incorporate some sort of greenery in whatever design they're gonna have here. But nonetheless, this is really exciting. I'm really, really excited to see what this ends up being, just because it's so large. I mean, the fact that it goes all the way up to Superman, and there's even some clearing going on the other side of this hill, and then even towards Gold Rusher it's pretty impressive. Again, we haven't really seen a project this big for quite some time. Down the Full Throttle side, nothing has changed since the last video. It's just looking the same, but I still believe that whatever they're building where the Golden Bear Theater is going to extend over to Full Throttle. Well, that's going to do it for today's very quick update from Six Flags Magic Mountain. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos from Six Flags or some of your other favorite theme parks, consider subscribing because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. Be sure to check out my Instagram account and other socials by following the links down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.